Okay guys, it's been an absolute minute since we dived into Elden Ring, but for the first time since June 13th, we have a new patch update. Elden Ring patch 1.06 is now available, and we've got the full patch notes here, and we're going to be deep diving in and showing you guys exactly what's available inside of this patch. There should be an absolutely huge one because it's been such a long time since we've seen anything from this game, so we'll have to take a look and see exactly what it is that we can expect. Now, if you haven't already, smash that beautiful blue thumbs up and subscribe, post notifications turned on, it'd be greatly appreciated. With that being said, let's dive in to what Elden Ring patch notes 1.06 has to offer for you Tarnished. So Elden Ring notice of update distribution 1.06, they are distributing an update to improve the stability of gameplay and to adjust balance. They apologize for the inconvenience, but make sure that you do the update before you go in to make sure you can play the new update. They've got this across all platforms, and they have got some major changes included in the latest update, which includes they added the function to send summoning signs to summoning pools in multiple areas, including distant areas. Pretty damn cool, I must admit. They state when sending a co-op sign to distant areas with this function, summoning pools in Mogwin Palace will be excluded. They've also added a function to invade a larger area, including distant areas, and they've added a new way to advance White Mask Vare's questline other than participating in multiplayer invasion by defeating a new NPC. That's always a good and interesting area to kind of go down, because the White Mask Vare's questline is a bit of a tedious one if you're not really into the PvP scene, because it is broken right now. Then this is a very cool way to do it, and it does make me wonder what this new NPC is, but we're going to be diving into that a little bit later on today. These have literally just dropped. We've also got some balance changes, which is always nice to see in Elden Ring, because mainly the balance is just, well, it's not there, it's not balanced at all. But they've added the following adjustments to great swords, curved swords, great swords, and great hammers. They've reduced the time it takes for rolling to become possible after an attack, such as a jump attack, dual wield attacks, and attacks while mounted are not included. They've increased the motion speed to strong attacks and charged attacks. Mounted attacks, again, not included. And they've increased guard counters motion speed, which the speed with these whole great swords, curved swords, and great hammers are always been something which you are always going to kind of suffer from, but I think that's kind of viable. They are ginormous, so it's a little bit questionable on that regard. They've also increased the attack speed of great axes and reduced the time it takes for rolling to become possible after an attack. Again, the jump attacks, dual wields attacks, and attacks while mounted, again, not included. And they've increased rolling distance when a player has light equip load. That's, again, quite interesting, and something that I'm kind of glad that they've done. The rolling distance should be a little bit further if you've got a lighter equip load, but again, these are very minute changes so far. They've increased the hitbox of Cypher Patter's weapon skill, Unblockable Blade. This is pretty small. Have we got much more on the list, or? Okay, this is an interesting one, chat. This is a very, very interesting one. They've increased the range of Ash of War, Glintstone Pebble, and the Glintstone Dart projectile, which again is always helpful. Glintstone Pebble is pretty much a given usage, but not too much as an Ash of War. But if they've given it a bit more of a distance, but they've also decreased the damage and stagger power. They've decreased the travel distance and invincibility frames of Ash of War Bloodhound Step. Whilst adding the changes below, they've reduced performance when used continuously and increased the travel distance when on light equipment load. That's going to be quite interesting for the PvP scene. I know that the Bloodhound Step is something that's used quite frequently throughout that, so obviously they do spam it quite a lot, so obviously the reduced performance will help a lot, although if they've got a light equipment load, then they're going to be traveling even further. So they've shortened the activation interval when using Quick Step skill. These are very, very small changes, considering we've waited since... Wow, okay. We've waited nearly 2 months for this. They decreased the target tracking ability for Sorcery Stars of Rain, and then it's just bug fixes. Fixed a bug which causes some attacks of Lucerne to not pierce enemy guard. These are very minute. Fixed a bug which caused the effect of Determination and Royal Knight's Resolve to disappear after using the parry skill with a dagger. What is this? Fixed a bug when handling a halberd, which made it harder to withstand enemy attacks after using a guard encounter. I'm so disappointed. This is just a bug fix patch. Fixed a bug that allows Rock Blaster to not consume any FP with a staff on the left hand. They've not done a lot here. They fixed a bug which caused the players to receive less HP recovery from incantations and items other than the Flask of Christmas. This is ridiculous. This is ridiculous. Have we got any big PvP patches? Is there any patches to stop the AFK farming? They've fixed a bug which allowed users to reach certain inaccessible areas during multiplayer, and they fixed a bug which caused the multiplayer area to have a different boundary than expected. They fixed a bug that causes some enemies to have incorrect visuals and behaviors. This is not good. This is not good at all. They fixed a bug that caused the incorrect sounds to be played under certain circumstances. Fixed a bug which caused some areas to make the player unable to move, which led to death. This is disappointing. I'm going to leave this down in the description for you guys to break into and take a look at, but realistically, this isn't going to, one, bring you back to Elden Ring, and if you are still playing, this isn't going to do anything for your playstyle. This may have a couple of alterations, and there may well be some balance changes that are practically irrelevant. I'm not going to lie to you. There may be a bit more of a addition with the whole great axes and great swords and curved great swords and stuff like that to make it so that you can utilize a different style of build, but they were quite OP anyway. This is not good at all. They've added the error text to unauthorized items. That's their biggest fear. That right there is their biggest worry. The unauthorized items. In the update 1.04, we had fixed a bug that allowed players to pass unauthorized items that could not be obtained in the game to other players. After the distribution of this update file, possession and usage of the unauthorized items will be subject to warning or penalty after a certain period of time. We will continue to provide improvement updates to the future so you can enjoy Elden Ring more comfortably. Please stay tuned. I'm disappointed. I'm really, really disappointed. I expected a lot more than that. That is a very minute. If we scroll down, yeah, that's it. And you can see here we had this little update, but this right here was the patch notes for 1.05, and that was on the 13th of the 6th. We waited almost 2 months for some bug fixes. I don't know how the community are going to adhere this. I don't know how this is going to go down with the community. But for me, this is practically even a waste of a video. And I'm pretty tempted to not even upload this. There is nothing inside of this update which is valid or worthwhile. And I don't really care what people are going to come up with. This is pretty pointless. I'm extremely, extremely gutted. Wow. They could have improved so much from this. Could have improved so much from this, and people, by the way that it looks, are not too impressed either. So we can see here that they've got the decreased damage and bleed buildup of the weapon skill corpse pillar when hit with the attack. When they're hit by the blade, the damage is decreased only slightly, and they've decreased the travel distance. So essentially, we've got a bit of a change with Rivers of Blood and Bloodhound Step. They're your two biggest key points. When hit by the blade, the damage is only decreased slightly. Disappointed, but that's what we've got, and that's what we have to deal with. That's what we've got time for today. If you haven't already, smash the beautiful blue thumbs up, subscribe, post notifications turned on. I'm mad disappointed with Elden Ring for this update. That is poor effort. Anywho, thanks again for watching. Appreciate your faces, and as always, I'll see you in the clouds.